I don't want to get cosmic on you, but I do want to talk to you, business artist, about how vast with possibility and potential is your creative mind. Your mind is one of your greatest allies as a business artist. And yet it's possible that you diminish the mind in its totality just because of a small little part of the mind, which is the little worrier mind, the little that mind. And yet there are so many other facets, multiple facets to the creative mind that you can become more familiar with and more comfortable with. And one part of the business artist's creative mind is the capacity to recognize and make use of and leverage patterns, to see patterns. Business artists practice seeing the physical world sort of like artists. They see hands in tree branches. They see two branches reaching out to each other, like and wonder perhaps about a human being, the first human being reaching out to another human being in that first embrace, or the first time that a human being on this planet kissed another human being, right? They allow their minds to go through those associative patterns, and then they wonder what could be created from that. And how could my business or my service kiss my customers, so to speak, with the right boundaries, of course. So the mind has the capacity to recognize patterns and actually make use of patterns. Certain archaeologists actually note this quality in the human mind, the capacity to recognize an image, connect one image to another, see patterns in that image, and make meaning of those patterns as a quality that distinguishes Homo sapiens from our Neanderthal predecessors. That capacity to recognize and make meaning from patterns, make useful, novel, meaningful connections among those patterns is a stellar quality for us business artists. The ancient Chinese elders had a word for this capacity of mind. It's called Wen, W-E-N. And Wen refers to tracks in the snow. It refers to the patterns that stars make into constellations. It refers to the patterns on a tortoise shell. It also became the word for culture. It became the word for nature. It became the word for poetry. It became the word for language. So a remarkable part of the Wen creative mind is the ability to see patterns, make meaning of those patterns, and from those patterns potentially arises what we think of as serendipity. Serendipity is seemingly chance encounters that bring us good fortune, perhaps, or bring us a new idea. So you're talking to your friends about curation the previous night, last night, and then today you read something that mentions the word curation, and then you go to a live event where there's a former art curator speaking, and pretty soon you start to think, you could think abstractly or metaphysically as a universe trying to tell me something, or you could be more pragmatic as a creative and business artist and say, let me massage out curating. What is curating? What's a new way to think about or imagine curating for my business artistry? So don't devalue your mind. We devalue our mind sometimes through our language. We use phrases like body over head. Let's use our body more than our head, which biologically doesn't make sense. Or we devalue the mind by saying something like, draw from your heart, not from your mind, which to the Chinese wouldn't make sense either because they have a word that's heart-mind. Or we say, get into your body, right from your body, not from your mind. That's devaluing mindness. And again, it doesn't make sense because the mind is embodied and the body's part of the mind. So recognize how you devalue your mind even through your language. Or if you say, right from the heart, not from the mind, right from the heart, not from the head, that is devaluing remarkable facets of the vastness of your mind's possibility and potential. The mind is so much more than the little ti-ti-ti-ti-ti-ti. The mind has that ability to recognize patterns and make something useful and beautiful and grand from those patterns. So think of your mind as vast and wide with possibility and potential. It is physical, perhaps it's beyond the physical, but don't devalue it. Honor it, befriend it, and keep using it for the greater good.